Would you share your slides, Randall?
Yes, I am pulling that up now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Gifford at the University of Colorado in Boulder. We're going to wait 2 minutes to wait for other people to join in. So hang on for 90 seconds and we will get kicked off. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining this overview of the new online MSCS from CU Boulder program. My name is Kevin Gifford. I'm the faculty director of the MSCS online program at the University of Colorado. Today, we will be joined by a couple of my colleagues, Dr. Randall Fullington, who is the Assistant Vice Provost and Executive Director of Academic Learning and Innovation at CU Boulder, and by Dr. Bobby Schnabel, who is the External Chair and Professor in Computer Science. We'll start with some general information about the webinar. We are recording this webinar. We'll share the recording in a few days, so don't worry if you miss something. Please use Zoom's chat feature to let us know where you're joining us from today. If you don't see the chat icon, try hovering your mouse over the bottom of your screen. So if you would just in the chat window, put in where you're from, I would like to see some of our colleagues here. Yeah, excellent. Austin, Colorado, India, Colombia, Houston. All right, thanks guys. Look, I just wanted people to see that we've got a wide audience, North America and really across the world. So thanks, everyone. That was interesting. Look at all of that. Thanks, everyone, for responding to that. Okay, that's terrific. We get people from all over the world, and I see a lot of people from different countries and a few from Texas and Toronto. Okay, so thanks, everyone, for your participation there. Okay. So we will answer many of the common questions during this presentation. So we ask that you please hold questions till the end because we will address many common ones. After we're done with this presentation, you can ask questions with the Q&A feature. It's right next to where you found the chat button. And please note that we really do receive a large volume of questions. So we'll be using the upvoting feature to respond to the most popular common questions. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do a couple polls this session. We'll start off with this one. Would you please let us know about how you heard about the MSCS degree? So we'll launch a poll, and if you guys would respond to that, then we will look at the poll results. Yes, thank you guys. I'm just going to leave this open for 20, 30 seconds. We'll let a bunch of people respond, and then you guys can see those results as well. And then we'll move on to some more overview material. All right, 154 out of 200. You guys are awesome. Excellent. All right, that went for 30 seconds. I think we're good there because we got over 80%. So thanks, everyone. This information helps us adjust our marketing. And it's nice to see that a lot of email correspondence and the Coursera website. All right, let's advance to the next slide and we will move on. All right, everyone. Today, we're going to do the following. We're going to give you a better understanding of how the MSCS online program works at CU Boulder. We will answer the top questions we received from all of you learners. We'll hear about one of our pathway specializations from Professor Bobby Schnabel, who's the instructor that teaches these very popular courses. And we'll have time for your questions. Next slide, please. Okay. Let's start with a little bit of information about the University of Colorado, which is located in Boulder. CU Boulder is a world-class university with over 850 visiting international scholars. And we were very recently ranked the number 44 overall global public university and ranked number 18 in computer science among public universities. CU Boulder was founded in 1876, and we are a Tier 1, sometimes called an R1 research institution that proudly anchors one of the most entrepreneurial technology corridors in the United States in the Denver-Boulder Front Range area. Our faculty have launched over 140 new startups. Our researchers have filed for almost 1,300 patents in the last 8 years, and 550 inventions have been delivered in the last 5 years. We are very proud that at CU Boulder, we have 5 Nobel Prize winners since 1990. We have 5 National Medal of Science winners. We have 51 Fulbright Fellows among our graduates, and CU Boulder has more astronauts than any other public university in Colorado, or in the nation, I should say. Okay. Randall, I'll pass it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This is really exciting. We're just under a month from opening up enrollments into these courses. So really excited to see everyone here today. I'm also very excited to talk a little bit more about this program in terms of what makes it unique and how it functions. This is a program that we are extremely proud to open up to learners, and I'm really excited for people to jump in. So I'm going to start with an overview of the new MSCS on Coursera and what makes it unique from other programs that are out there. Number one, and this is a big one, there's no application. So traditional graduate programs usually require a rigorous application process, but this program has no application. We don't ask for GRE scores, English proficiency results, letters of recommendation, or application fees. All you need to do to start learning is start learning, prove you can do the work. You'll automatically be admitted into the degree program. And since we are interested in your ability, not in your history, you can be admitted regardless of your academic background. You actually don't even need a bachelor's degree as long as you can do the work. Simply earn a B or better in a special series of 3 breadth courses called a pathway specialization to show you can do well in these courses. There are 2 pathway specializations to choose from in this degree program. The first is graduate algorithms, and the second is software architecture for big data. Then you'll be admitted as a computer science graduate student at the University of Colorado Boulder. And here's a great part. Since your pathway courses count toward the required 30 credits for the degree, you'll make degree progress as you work towards admission. There are no prerequisites for this program, no formal prerequisites, but you should be familiar with things like algorithms, at least one programming language, and some mathematics. Another thing about this program that makes it unique is that we offer, the way we offer our courses. So all of our courses are 1 credit courses. In a traditional program, each course is usually worth about 3 credits. We divide them into smaller, focused pieces. Cognitive psychologists have shown that it's better to break complicated ideas into smaller chunks of information than trying to understand all these ideas at once. So each of our courses is only 1 credit hour. You can expect to spend about 5 to 8 hours per week on each class. We use Mastery Learning. We've partnered with Coursera to use a Mastery Learning, which basically helps us ensure that you understand important concepts from one lesson before moving on to the next. Now, the scientifically proven way of teaching ensures you actually understand the basic concepts before moving on to the more complicated topics. It is the same rigorous content. So even though the courses are shorter, the program still covers the same rigorous content as our on-campus degree. You will gain technical competency in many areas of computer science, including algorithms, software architecture, machine learning, network systems, and ethics in computing. You'll also have an opportunity to apply those skills to various areas through electives. Some other features of this program that make it unique. In a traditional program, there are normally 3 semesters per year if you include summer, and each semester is about 16 weeks long. Our program runs 6 sessions per year, and each session is only 8 weeks long. So most students take 3 classes per term and don't need all 8 weeks to complete a course. It usually only takes about 4 to 6 weeks to complete a course, but we do give you that time. It is a flexible pace. It is self-paced, so you can go faster or slower if you want. If you need a break, you can even step away for an entire term or 2. There's no penalty. You simply need to complete all 30 credits for the program within 8 years. We've built a program that really accommodates people's busy lifestyles. Additionally, we have a pay-as-you-go model. So traditionally, right, students pay for their entire semester during registration. This means you have a large bill that you must pay well before classes start. On the other hand, this program allows you to pay as you go. The tuition is only $525 per credit hour. And with the MSCS, you only pay per credit hour, not per semester. So that also allows for more flexibility. We have multiple payment options. You can pay online with US checking or savings account. With credit or a debit card, you can do a wire transfer. And you can read more about this on our finances page. We'll have links to our websites after. You won't get access to course materials until after we receive your payment and you complete all of the onboarding steps. So remember to finish all those payment steps quickly. And be sure to give yourself enough time to finish the course before the end of the session, even if you run into delays. Now you're asking, well, if this program is so unique, is it the same as a traditional program in terms of what you learn and what you earn? It is the exact same diploma. Students in the MSCS on Coursera earn the same credentials as our on-campus students. There are no designations on the transcripts or the diploma saying that this is an online program. You will earn a fully accredited Master of Science in Computer Science. And you're invited to attend commencement on campus at CU Boulder during your graduation term if you'd like. It's not required, but some people certainly like to, and we would invite you. You can also attend via Zoom too. Online career services. So students admitted into the degree program also receive lifelong access to Handshake from CU Boulder Career Services. Handshake is an online tool where you can network with fellow alumni and where employers post jobs. It even has weekly virtual employer events. You also get a great resume service from VMOC. And after you graduate, you'll join the Forever Buffs Alumni Association. You are a CU Boulder student once you join this program, and we want to make sure you feel like you are part of that community. CU policies. So the CU Boulder Graduate School policies apply to the MSCS on Coursera students, just like they would for our on-campus residential students. These policies cover things like course repetition, grade replacement, academic standing, and so on. So you're probably wondering, how does this all work? All of our courses are online on the Coursera platform. The entire program is 100% online. You can start with non-credit classes, or you can jump right into the 4-credit experience, whichever works best for you. Assignments you complete in the non-credit experience will automatically transfer to your 4-credit experience when you upgrade. The non-credit experience is a great fit for a couple of reasons. 1, if you're not sure whether the online format is for you. 2, if you don't know whether you're ready for the course material. 3, if you need a slower pace. Or 4, if you aren't interested in university credentials. So using non-credit first gives you the most flexible schedule. You can test your ability and practice the skills without worrying about deadlines. It also allows you to work independently on your own without support from course facilitators. To enroll, just sign up for a monthly Coursera subscription. And based on the poll results, it looks like most of you saw this on Coursera. So I'm assuming many of you already have that. So once you are signed up for a monthly Coursera subscription, you sign up for the course or specialization you're interested in. Then you can watch the videos, find the readings, and complete assignments. Since there are no deadlines in the non-credit experience, you can complete the coursework at your own pace. And when you're done, you can get a non-credit completion certificate from Coursera for each course and each specialization that you complete. These certificates do not imply the conferral of credit from the University of Colorado Boulder, and non-credit courses and specializations do not appear on the CU Boulder transcript. So if you'd like to earn credit or work towards MSCS program admission, you then upgrade to the 4-credit experience during an open enrollment window. So what is included here? The 4-credit experience includes access to all of the content in the non-credit experience, plus additional coursework that you'll need to complete to earn the CU credit, weekly office hours from course facilitators, a dedicated support email where you can get help with questions about your 4-credit courses, a CU student ID, an official CU email address, and additional services like online libraries and career services like I was talking about earlier. Now remember, you do not need to be admitted to the degree to enroll in 4-credit classes. To enroll, you just need to complete our quick enrollment form online and pay CU tuition. CU Boulder tuition includes access to coursework on Coursera, so you will not need the monthly Coursera subscription while taking a 4-credit course. That's the Coursera subscription to the non-credit course. But just be aware that Coursera will not give you a refund for their monthly subscription fee if you start the non-credit course or specialization. And if you start that non-credit and then upgrade in the same month. So you might want to time that out carefully. The first time you enroll in a 4-credit course, you'll need to complete some important steps before you can access your coursework. First, you'll activate your CU Boulder accounts and link those to your Coursera account. You'll also complete an onboarding course, which normally takes about a few hours. It does not affect your GPA, and it's not listed on your transcript. It's really designed to help you understand the details of the program, also to understand CU Boulder policies and how to use the Coursera platform. We want to make sure all of our students are fully prepared when they start their courses. So after you complete all of these onboarding steps, you will get access to the course content. Remember, progress you make in the non-credit experience before upgrading is linked to the 4-credit course, so it will transfer with you. You don't have to repeat what you've already done. You'll also find new 4-credit content. This is usually a final exam or a project, but there may be additional items. So there's a time limit with the 4-credit experience, as I mentioned earlier. It's set up in 8-week sessions with set deadlines for coursework. So complete all of the outstanding items by the posted deadlines for the session, and you will get CU credit and earn a letter grade. I mentioned that enrollment for the 4-credit courses opens in just under a month, August 14th. But right now you can actually preview courses in the non-credit experience and then upgrade when the degree launches in the fall. 3 of those courses are Dynamic Programming Greedy Algorithms. This is the first course in the Graduate Algorithms pathway. A second course is Fundamentals of Software Architecture for Big Data, which is the first course in the Software Architecture for Big Data pathway. And this is exciting because you can actually start doing the work to gain admission in that non-credit space. And then a third course, if you want to look at some more of the courses that come a little bit later, Introduction to Machine Learning is also available. That is supervised learning. This is the first course in the machine learning breadth specialization. So I wanted to talk about a couple learner journeys. Since I've talked quite a bit about flexibility, and we've built this program to accommodate many different kinds of schedules. I want to talk about typical learner journeys that we see in programs like this and our other programs at CU, and what we might expect in this MSCS program. So we think most students are like Muhammad here. They start by completing a full 3-course pathway. And remember, pathways are made of breadth courses and are part of the required degree curriculum. You need to take courses for CU credit to earn admission, and you'll need to earn a B or better in each pathway course. And remember, you can choose either the Foundations of Data Structures an algorithms pathway or the software architecture and big data pathway. So once you successfully complete your pathway, you will automatically be admitted to the degree program. The courses are designed to be flexible so you can complete them in any order. That said, we do recommend completing specializations in the order the courses are listed because they're often built that way to be sequential. There are 6 terms per year, 6 8-week terms per year, and most students take about 3 courses per term. So this is equivalent to full-time graduate level study. If you follow the typical learner journey like Muhammad, you'll complete all 30 credits in about 2 years. At $525 per credit, you'll have paid a total of $15,750. And you'll earn the same transcript and diploma as our students on campus in Boulder. But like I said, this program is designed to be flexible. Some students, like Ryan here, may need more time. Ryan isn't sure if he's ready for the program yet, so he starts in the non-credit experience. After he feels confident, he pays tuition and upgrades to the 4-credit version of his course. And the work he has already completed transfers with him. In the following sessions, he starts in the 4-credit experience with any courses he knows that he can finish quickly. But he always starts in the non-credit experience with any courses that he thinks might take him longer than 8 weeks, and then upgrades only when he's completed all the non-credit materials. Ryan has a busy schedule, so he takes fewer classes per term. He even takes a break from the program completely for a few terms because his job demands more time during the spring. Take this kind of extended learner journey if you need more flexibility due to a busy schedule. Just remember, you need to complete the entire degree within 8 years. On the other hand, you may want to complete the degree on an accelerated schedule. So Linda here wants to earn her MS in computer science as soon as possible. So she takes 4 or 5 courses each term. At this pace, you could complete the entire degree in as little as a year. If you choose this accelerated learning journey, make sure that you have enough time to complete the demands of your coursework. This is more than a full-time graduate course load. We certainly have people do this, but make sure you're ready to do it. Ultimately, we want you to choose the pace that is right for you. We often get this question, so I wanted to answer it now. Is the MSCS on Coursera accredited? Yes. The MSCS is fully accredited as part of CU Boulder's Higher Learning Commission accreditation. You'll get the same transcript and diploma as our on-campus students. Your diploma will not have any online or distance designations. Okay, I'm going to now turn it back over to my colleague, Kevin, and let him talk about course topics.
Thank you, Randall. Okay, gang, this is a list of some of the topics you can study in this degree. You can find more details on the curriculum page of our MSCS website at CU Boulder. You must earn at least a B in each breadth course and at least a C grade in each elective course. Most of these topics are covered in Coursera 3-course specializations. All MSCS courses are 1 credit. You will need to complete at least 4 full elective specializations. In addition to the MSCS courses, we strongly encourage you to explore courses from our other CU degrees on Coursera, which are fairly popular. These Coursera online course offerings include the Masters of Engineering and Engineering Management, Masters of Science in Data Science on Coursera, and the Masters of Science in EE, Electrical Engineering on Coursera. You can apply up to 6 credit hours from these courses towards your MSCS elective requirement. Note that cross-listed courses do not count against your 6 credit limit for courses from other CU degrees on Coursera. You can easily identify courses in the computer science department because these courses all start with the prefix CSCA. Courses that are cross-listed with the course where the course number starts with CSCA are treated the same as a CSCA course. Courses with numbers that do not start with CSCA are not cross-listed and count towards your 6 credit limit. Again, we encourage you to take the computer science version of the course, if it's cross-listed in data science as an example, so that your transcript reflects a large amount of coursework directly in the computer science department. There are not any formal prerequisites for the program, but you should be familiar with, as Randall mentioned before, basics of algorithms, at least one programming language. We recommend C, C++, or Rust is really the popular language now, and some mathematics, especially linear algebra, basic probability and statistics, and potentially discrete mathematics. You can also take the courses in any order, since there are not individual requirements for each course. However, as we stated before, we recommend that you complete the 3 courses within a specialization in the order that they are listed, because they often are sequential in nature. Note that you cannot transfer credits from another university or campus to this online MSCS program. This includes credits from CU Boulder's residential computer science program. The on-campus and online programs are not interchangeable because of the different admission and tuition structures. However, you can, if you would like, apply up to 6 credit hours from CU Boulder's other degree programs on Coursera, as we mentioned before, towards your MSCS elective requirement. This includes courses in EM, engineering management, DS, data science, and EE, electrical engineering. A quick caveat, some data science courses cannot be applied to the CS degree because of certain requirements. See the curriculum page of the website for details if you are in that potential situation. Note that while MSCS courses are 1 credit, there's the possibility of courses from other programs, such as DS, may offer a different number of credits. Also, courses from other programs may have different tuition rates or recommended prerequisite knowledge. So be sure to read the course descriptions very carefully. Okay, what's the career outlook in computer science? As the song goes, it's so bright we have to put on sunglasses. I just had to bring that up. Okay, gang, it is very bright, right? Computer science is a wide field, has got, wide topical domain coverage for great potential career outcomes. Companies such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Adobe, Lockheed Martin, IBM, Salesforce, Accenture, are all part of the program, as well as startup companies of all sizes, right? They all look for our graduates. Topical domains or sectors. Some popular sectors include information technology, of course, aerospace, finance, manufacturing, being a consultant, and working for national government laboratories. The salary. Computer science graduates out-earn all other MS degree holders in the United States. The average annual salary in the US for computer science is over $130K. That's more than double the average salary in the United States. From a growth perspective, the field is expecting much faster than average growth year over year, with a CAGR, compound annual growth rate, of 25% through 2031. So it's popular, you make good money, and it's going to continue to grow. I will pass it to my colleague Randall to talk about financing options.
Thank you, Kevin. So a couple of things about financing options. Currently, this program is not eligible for U.S. federal financial aid, and we don't have scholarships at this time. However, we have been able to greatly reduce our tuition rate. You may look into getting private loans if that's a good fit for you. But here's something else I really want to emphasize here. Employers, like Kevin was talking about, really value the skills we teach. So we recommend that you start by asking your employer if they are willing to offer tuition reimbursement for this program. And be strategic about your request. So we have a sample tuition reimbursement request here on the right. Your company will want to know if this is a fully accredited degree from CU Boulder. You can explain, yes, it is, in your request. Be sure to give details about the costs, the timeline, and the curriculum. But most importantly, outline how the skills and knowledge you will learn in this program will benefit your company. Will you use advanced algorithms in your daily work? Do you have a particular project in mind that could benefit from, say, machine learning or robotics? You want to convince your employer that this tuition money will help them just as much as it helps you. Your employer may want you to sign a contract before they agree to tuition reimbursement, so make sure you understand the details. Specifically, make sure you are able to provide any paperwork they need, like receipts and transcripts. Under current IRS tax code, employers can deduct the entire amount per year, which is one of the reasons we set the tuition at $15,750. So they can deduct the $5,250 per year. And that would allow you to complete the program for in 3 years. We often get a couple of other questions that I want to highlight here, such as student visas. Because this program is fully online, there is no need for a student visa. CU Boulder doesn't issue I-20 forms for this program, and MSCS students will actually not get student visas. This means, and we want to make sure you know, you're not eligible for curricular practical training or CPT or optional practical training, OPT, as part of this program. Okay, what if you have questions about what you're learning? If you have questions about the content in the courses, we strongly encourage you to use your best resource, which is your fellow students. Get to know them through the discussion forums, brainstorm together when you get stuck. When you help your classmates, you not only strengthen your own knowledge, but you also develop your professional network. And many of this approach here has been designed in order to sort of replicate or prepare you for group work in your career as well. In the 4-credit experience, you can also join your course facilitator's weekly office hours and ask questions about the material being covered in your 4-credit class. As a 4-credit student, you will also get access to a dedicated email support. Okay, here's another new question that we're getting with the launch of this MSCS program on the horizon. Can I earn both an MSCS and an MS in data science on Coursera? At this time, you cannot earn both a CU Boulder's master's degree in computer science and master's in data science in Coursera. Key courses in these programs overlap, and the graduate school's no double dipping rule, as they call it, prevents you from counting one course toward 2 credentials of the same level. So you cannot apply credit from a course toward 2 graduate certificates or 2 graduate degrees. However, you can apply credits from a course toward 1 graduate degree and 1 graduate certificate as long as you earn the graduate certificate first. Because multiple courses are cross-listed between computer and data science, you can earn a data science graduate certificate on your way to an MSCS degree without having to complete more than the 30 credits required for the degree. Each certificate has unique requirements. You'll need to take courses in the correct order and complete extra steps to earn any credits or certificates outside of the computer science department. If you're feeling like, wow, that was a lot of information and it's complicated, you can find more details in the student handbook on our website, and we'd be happy to answer more questions about that. Can I start in the MSDS and then change over? You can. You can start now in cross-listed MSDS courses and then join the computer science degree once it launches. Using the data science enrollment form to enroll in cross-listed courses for credit now will allow you to get a head start on earning credit towards your degree. However, a couple of things. Your transcript will show these as data science courses. This may be an issue for you, it may not. But this will make it harder for anyone looking at your transcript to see the substantial amount of coursework that you are completing in the computer science department. You will need to remember to take additional steps to change your program as well. And you cannot make these changes until after the computer science program launches in the fall. Failure to make these changes could delay your program admission or graduation. So if you're doing this, I recommend doing it sooner rather than later. Make sure to say no on the data science enrollment form where it asks if you intend to pursue a degree. This will save you an extra step later on. You also need to pay special attention to your grades since the computer science degree requires that you earn a B or better in all breadth courses and a C or better in all electives. Remember that not all data science courses are cross-listed with computer science courses. Some cannot be applied to the computer science degree, and some will count towards your 6-credit limit for outside electives. We recommend that you look at the student handbook on our website for more details. Because starting in another program can be confusing and there's some multiple steps to switch, we recommend you stick with the computer science courses. Remember, there are currently 3 courses available to preview in the non-credit experience right now, and you can find links to them on our website. Okay, now that you know about the program, I think you're wondering maybe where you can get started and when you can get started. And I'd spoken briefly about this earlier. You want to go into some more detail now. Enrollment for the first 4-credit session, this is really exciting, opens August 14th. And 4-credit courses start on August 28th, just right around the corner. But you can begin a non-credit course now and get a head start on program admission even before the program launches. Work you complete in the non-credit version will transfer to the 4-credit experience when you upgrade and pay tuition after enrollment opens August 14th. There's no cap in enrollment, and tuition is due when you enroll in the first 4-credit experience. Okay, I am going to hand it over to my colleague, Bobby Schnabel, to talk about some courses he's developing in computing, ethics, and society. Okay.
Okay,
Bobby,
thank you, Randall.
Great.
And I don't know if somebody can allow my video to be on because I can't. Well, we'll just go. One of the distinguishing features of this curriculum is that we've included as a required specialization a sequence of 3 Coursera courses, or the equivalent of 1 residential course on computing, ethics, and society. So all students who are in this program will take these 3 courses. I doubt I need to motivate why this is an important topic these days. If you just pay attention to what's been going on in the media in generative AI in the last half year, you hear about all sorts of ethical issues about the reliability of the results, about copyright infringement, even about the vast energy usage that these large language models require. So as we were putting together this curriculum, we felt it was important for all computer scientists to be aware of the many places where they need to be alert to ethical considerations in their professional careers, and that's why we've included this as a required course. This 3-course sequence includes a wide range of topics, all of them about issues that you'll be familiar with if you're not already. Just a sampling of those include algorithmic bias in algorithmic decision-making systems, many of those using machine learning, facial recognition, the impact of social media, misinformation, privacy and security, issues related to robotics and autonomous vehicles, professional ethics, and quite a number of additional topics. By the way, my background, I'm a regular technical computer scientist, so the course is from the perspective of somebody who understands well the topics in computer science that you'll be learning about and is also quite familiar with the tech industry. So look forward to seeing you in these courses. Thanks.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for sharing more about this program. Really excited to see it go live. Remember that the first course of this pathway will be live when the program launches on August 28th. Okay, now we're going to do one more poll before starting our formal Q&A option. So we want to know if what you want to do if you intend to pursue the MSCS on Coursera. And we'll leave this poll open for just about 30 seconds. Okay, this is great. This was really exciting to see. It was fun to see sort of the early responders were really excited. Yes, I'm going to pursue the master's degree. It's also great to see those others who are still deciding. So it would be great to move into this next question and answer session so we can start talking a little bit more about the degree and give you guys even more information. So I'm going to share these results with everybody. Okay, terrific. And now I am going to move us into the question and answer time. So if I could have Kevin join me again. Great. So you'll be able to see all the questions we're receiving in the chat screen, I think. So if you see that someone has already asked your question, instead of asking it again, you can click up on the thumbs up emoji so that we can prioritize those. And then let's go ahead and jump into the questions. I'm going to stop sharing on this so that you can see Kevin and I fully and anyone else who jumps in to answer questions. Okay, so I'm looking at our Q&A here, and Justin Goff wants to know, are there any updates on the network core classes? Will they include cloud architecture such as AWS and CloudFormation? This is a question that has to do with changing between degree programs and wondering what the network core classes might look like. Bobby or Kevin, do you guys have any more information on what our faculty are thinking for that course?
Yes, I will go ahead, and Bobby, feel free to supplement my answer if you've got some additional information. Yes, the network core class sequence will be a pathway specialization and is currently in development. Currently, we're looking at having those courses ready for spring 1 or spring 2, so in the spring of 2024. And they will cover, you know, kind of architecture, and then also cloud-based systems will be part of the topics that will be covered in those 3 courses. Bobby, anything to add to that?
Just to emphasize that Eric Keller, who's teaching this, is a very applied person. Certainly there'll be cloud. I don't know how specifically it'll be about AWS, simply don't know.
Great, and thank you, Kevin and Bobby and Justin. I would also say keep an eye out. We will be releasing more information about the network systems courses here in the next couple of months. So. Okay, Tim asks, will there be any operating system courses offered in the future? Currently doesn't see any in the course list. Kevin, it looks like you're going to answer this question live.
The operating system sequence is under discussion. Certainly operating systems is a key component of computing. I apologize, gang, because I just transitioned into this 1 month ago, and while I know most of the courses, I'm unfamiliar with the current status on the operating system courses. So I'll apologize on that one. I will be able to get back to you and give information on our course website once we've got an understanding about how the operating system course sequence is going to be finalized. So apologies on that one.
Kevin, I can help a little bit.
I'll have to get back to you.
Kevin, I can help a little bit on that. It's always been our objective to have a core operating system specialization as well. In fact, the person who's doing the network systems specialization may do that one next, but it's definitely something that we have wanted to do.
Great, thank you. So Jawad asks, can I take more than 30 credits, like graduate with 36 or more credits? So this is a really great question. And the short answer is yes, you can certainly take more credits. You can take as many credits as you want. The more complicated answer is we've done quite a bit to automate a lot of the processes for this degree to meet your schedule. And so there are some automated degree conferral things that happen towards the end of your degree. Certainly recommend that you reach out to your graduate advisor to let them know your plans so that we can make sure you're adequately prepared for that. That said, we have developed these programs with lifelong learning in mind. And we also anticipate adding additional courses as this program matures, not to supplement things that are missing, but to accommodate changes in the field as they happen. So certainly recommend looking into those kinds of courses. Actually, that leads into Andrew's next question. Online, it mentions more courses to come. Is there a pipeline of courses that are scheduled to come out in the next year or two? He was looking for a course or specialization in security, for example. We are always working on more courses, always working on adding more courses that are relevant to the field and that accommodate changes like I just mentioned. So there is a pipeline of courses. We have some of them that we can talk about, like our network systems courses. I know there is definitely interest in launching a security course. I don't have a timeline for that at the moment, but we, I think, do list some of these courses and talk about them in upcoming webinars as well. Speaking of courses that haven't been released, Josephine asks, when will the 2 other pathway courses for graduate algorithms be released? Very, very excited about these courses. They are taught by Sriram Sankaranarayanan, who is an award winner for his graduate algorithms, or for the algorithms courses he built for the data science program. He is working on those courses now. We anticipate, this is not a promise, but we do anticipate course 2 will be launched in the fall, the second fall session, which is sometime in October, and the 3rd course launching in January, which is the first spring. So you can do those courses sequentially in their turns. Okay, what Luca asks, what is the expected difference in difficulty between Coursera assignments and the credited final assignment? If we fail the enrollment process due to misplaced expectations, do we have an option to try to enroll again? I have a note saying Jennifer's going to answer this question live, but I don't know if Jennifer, you're just marking that to be live.
I was just marking it.
Okay.
I can help. I think the idea is that the courses, or what I want to say, the coursework leading up to the final is set to set you up for success in that final. It's just the final proving that you have actually done all the learning previously that you experienced throughout the course.
Yeah, and we work, that's great, Jennifer, I appreciate that. We work very carefully with faculty and learning experience designers to make sure that our course content does prepare you for that 4-credit final exam. Oh, the question just disappeared on my screen. And there was a second part to it there about not sure. So one thing I do want to say is we really work hard to make sure you're prepared. If you're unsure about any coursework or your preparation for that coursework, start in the non-credit. Do the non-credit. You can do it multiple times without penalty. Do it until you are comfortable with the content and you are happy with the grade, the non-credit grade you're receiving at that time. That does 2 things. One, it shows you your ability to do the work and gives you more confidence. 2, if you do as much of that work as possible and then upgrade to the 4-credit, you're giving yourself more time in that 4-credit experience to work on the remaining content. Also gives you time to work with course facilitators if you're unsure about anything. Let's see here. Is there a difference between taking either of the pathways? If I'm not mistaken, it's all required to graduate. Kevin or Bobby, do you want to talk a little bit more about the subject matter of those two courses or two pathways? Apologies. I can answer quickly, real fast. I just asked them to answer a question, then I'm barging in again. They are both required for graduation. What we are looking to do is provide multiple entry points into the degree program. Some people may feel more comfortable with one or the other, but I would turn it over to my colleagues in computer science who are more familiar with the subject matter.
So this is
Kevin,
Kevin.
I can start if you'd like.
Yes, please go ahead, Bobby.
I think a lot of that choice might depend on where your highest comfort level is, ranging from the more applied part of computing to the more kind of mathematical, theoretical part of computing. The algorithms specialization is definitely on the more mathematical, theoretical side. The other specialization is really a software engineering specialization, and so it's much more on the practical side. And so probably a good idea to start with the one of those that is most comfortable to you.
Great. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Kevin. We only have about 8 minutes left, which is remarkable. This time has flown by. So I'm going to move down the list to make sure we're answering questions from multiple people here. Narendra asks, if I've completed data structures and algorithms at a different university and acquired graduate credits, can we transfer those credits to your curriculum? Currently, the answer is no. We are not accepting transfer credits into this program. Will all MSDS, JC asks, will all MSDS cross-listed courses get the CSCA designation starting this fall? I would like to take the CSCA designation of data mining in the fall. I would answer this question, but I know Jennifer has been much more up to speed. Jennifer, do you mind if I call on you to answer this question?
Yeah, so by definition, a cross-listed course will have a CSCA version. There may be additional cross-listed courses launching after fall, but there is a large, which one was the specific one that they were interested in?
Data mining.
Yeah, data mining will be available for fall 1 as the CSCA version. And to give everyone else context, a cross-listed course is offered in 2 or more programs. And so there are some courses that are offered in both data science and computer science. Obviously, we've talked about that. And one of the big advantages of taking the CSCA version is it's just showing that you've done a lot of coursework within the computer science department itself on your transcript when you graduate.
Great, thank you, Jennifer. So yeah, data mining, we also have some of the machine learning courses as well. Most of, I think, of our cross-listed courses will be available in the fall. We may have a couple of one-offs that are happening in fall too, one-off courses, meaning what courses that are not part of a larger sequence of courses. Maya asks, can we get some more information on the programming language used for each course? I've noticed it's absent from the class descriptions. This is a great question. Kevin, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, I had seen that question and I thought the same. That is a nice question. And what I would say is, oftentimes the short course descriptions don't include the specific languages that are used in that course. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. To find that information, Maya, you just want to look at the syllabus for the course, because the full syllabus for the course will have the detailed lecture topics, and it will indicate the programming languages that will be utilized in that particular course.
I'm just going to throw in one additional comment to that. In any computer science program that you would find, there's going to be different languages used in different courses, and that's part of the education. Anybody who's conversant in a couple of programming languages can pick up others, and it's a good skill to have.
Thank you, Kevin and Bobby. Mubin asks, can I get 2 degrees? Data science and CS have similar courses in them. Now, I know we talked about this in the presentation, but we get this question a lot, so I thought I would address it now. Currently, no, you cannot get 2 degrees because you cannot apply courses at the same level to 2 credentials of the same level. So that means you can't apply the same course to both a data science graduate degree, and a computer science graduate degree. You can, however, apply that course to a graduate certificate and a graduate degree because those are two different levels. How many maximum courses am I allowed to take per semester? There's actually not a limit on how many courses. We usually recommend you start out with one, get used to the pacing, get used to the structure, get used to this online modality if you're not already, then start to increase. Our current state right now uses enrollment forms that limit you to enrolling in 3 courses at a time. However, there is no requirement or there's no limitation on the number of enrollment forms you could use. So you could certainly take more, but we want you to succeed. Take the appropriate number of courses that will allow you to succeed in this course, in this degree program. Lisa asks, will all classes be offered each term? The answer is yes. Once a course, for the most part, we actually haven't taken a course down yet. We do occasional refreshes, but that happens live. That happens as we go. So courses are offered each term. Okay, Alejandro asks, if I use outside elective courses from another program like EE or EM as the 6 units for this CS degree, can I still use those elective courses to get a graduate certificate from that different program? Yes, you can, because those requirements are for 2, or those courses would apply to 2 credentials at different levels, 1 degree, 1 graduate certificate. For a typical program, Trin asks, it is expected to take 2 years. Is the tuition expected to increase in the next 2 years? So the tuition at CU Boulder is controlled by our governing body, the regents, and we don't have control over that. As of right now, there are no plans to increase tuition. Ere asks, apologies, I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's names correctly. On the Coursera page of the program, breadth courses of network systems are missing. Oh, you know what? We've actually already answered that question. Do I know when the courses and when they will be added? I will just add to that last piece. They will be added before the first year of the program is complete. So we're launching in August. Those courses will be available to you within the first 12 months of the degree program being live. Burke asks, is there a graduate certificate in EE? Yes, there are actually 3. There's one in power electronics, one in industrial Internet of Things, and one in
systems.
Embedded. I thought it was photonics. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's, yeah. But I know they're planning on building more. They have webinars too on a regular basis. Certainly recommend joining those webinars to learn more. They're more up to speed. How will final exams be taken? Josephine asks, will I need to look for proctors? Okay. Final exams are taken on the platform. Everything currently lives on the Coursera platform, so you don't need to go off anywhere else. You just take your final exam on the platform. We leave it up to our faculty instructors to decide whether or not proctoring will be a part of that experience. Frequently, our faculty build final exams that are project-based, and so you're submitting your project, and in that case, there's no need for a proctor. Other faculty do want to have some kind of live proctored exam. And in that case, CU Boulder works with a proctoring agency, and we help you set up those proctoring times. So you do not need to look for your own proctor. We will help support you in that process with our vendor. Okay. We are at 10 a.m. That was remarkable. Went by very quickly. Really grateful to Kevin and Bobby for their help and for all of the other folks who have helped us with this. We're really grateful to you two for joining us. I believe we have maybe some resources. Jennifer, you had put in the chat some of our links to our handbook.
Yes, and Randall, if you can share that last slide again.
Okay,
I'll also
great.
throw that in the chat. There is a link to the website. And the email. So those of you, I know we didn't get to everyone's questions. So please do follow up. If you still have questions, you can reach out to us, check out the FAQ on the website, send us an email. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again. We're really looking forward to seeing you in our courses.
Yes. Bye, everyone. Thank you.